Well, back here to Indy, the 500, with about a month until that race. Fan attendance has been cut from 50% now to 25%.
Yeah, more changes are going to be announced later today, Julia. We already know about some of the safety measures they're taking out at IMS. Matt joins us live out there right now. Oh, I love that sound. I love the sound of those cars, Matt. And Matt, I love your shirt this morning. That is spectacular, my friend.
You got to break out all the checkered flag material you can find, right? And of course, we all thought we would have that in May and away for another year. But of course, we're now having all eyes on Sunday, August 23rd. And of course, one of the big questions everyone has their eyes on right now, right? Will you be able to watch the race at home live when it happens? Of course, we know that in recent history, the only time that's happened was back in 2016 when there was a sell-out crowd for the 100th running. And that is something track officials have long stood by. The race must be sold out before they will broadcast it live. So could that happen this year, especially with such less attendance? That's something we could also learn here in the day ahead. But here's what we do know this morning. There will only be 25% of the fans allowed at this year's race. That, of course, is because of COVID-19, and there will also be masks that will be required to be worn. We're also learning that ticket sales are going to be cut off on Friday. So if you want to be there in person, you got to act fast. Of course, this will be the very first race to be held under the ownership now of Team Roger Penske in charge. And of course, this could have a big ripple effect because there will be fewer stands there, or fewer fans rather, in the stands. And that could also mean less revenue for the track. In addition to that, there are all those dozens of businesses, especially those small businesses in the community of Speedway that really rely on the revenue that comes in May. That didn't happen, of course, in May, and all eyes are now on Sunday, August 23rd, initially at 50%, but now at 25%. Business owners say they are still welcoming that news.
I think any percent is good percent. You know, it was 50, and we're okay with that. I mean, 25% is what it is. We just want to have a race.
Now, 350,000 is the number that's thrown out a lot about track attendance. So 25% of that would be about 75,000. So still a lot, but yeah, nowhere near that 350 mark that we're used to. Now, as far as the day ahead, there's about 100 pages. Of course, this is all blank right now, right? Well, later today, this will be all filled out by track officials with that 100-page plan on what they plan to do to keep everyone safe, as well as how they'll be honoring ticket prices for this year, next year for longtime fans. Of course, there's a lot of you talking about that this morning. Meredith continues our team coverage this morning with a look at what you're saying.
Hey, good morning, Matt. Isn't that crazy? At 25%, the Speedway can still hold more than 75,000 people. I'm just always blown away by those numbers. But yeah, this is what everyone's really talking about on social media today. And as you said, if you want to go, you need to run, not walk to get those tickets. They are going to be done selling those by Friday, the 24th, and the number obviously keeps going down and down. So if you want to go, I would stop putting it off, get to the track to pick up your tickets, or go ahead and do that online. And some of the things they're going to do when you head to the track, if you are one of those people who is included in that lucky number of 25%, you're going to be required to have social distancing. You're going to be required to wear a mask, and we don't know yet what that's going to look like, if it's just, you know, wearing a mask when you get through the gates or wearing the mask when you're walking around, but you can take it off in your seat. We're not sure yet. We're hoping to get more information on that. They're going to hand you hand sanitizer when you walk in the door, and they're going to take your temperature to make sure you're not COVID positive, showing symptoms, and kind of walking on in there. And if you want to get some food, it's all going to be pre-packaged, and hopefully that will help with the lines. They can just hand things out, because if you've been to the 500 like I have, the lines and where it gets probably the toughest to social distance is waiting in line for the bathroom and waiting in line for food. So hopefully they can kind of figure those out, and having 75% less people is obviously going to be a step in the right direction. Sharon saying good luck getting all the drunk people to keep their masks on in the 90-degree heat. And Dave saying cutting down to 25%, the race should be canceled and be held in May, and just do it the right way. Hopefully they can get everything figured out. I know we all feel like we missed out on the real true month of May, and this would be such a nice way to end off what has been such a weird summer, don't you guys think?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it has been, and I think we still have a couple more months at least of this weirdness as well.
Right.
So thanks so much, Meredith. Appreciate it. And COVID-19 cases are trending upwards for Indiana right now. So you can take a look here at this dotted line, and this is our 7-day average for daily cases. You can see here it is the highest it's ever been, with an average of 752 Hoosiers diagnosed with COVID-19 every day for the last week. Now, the previous high was at the end of April. Older people are still the most affected by this. 92% of Indiana deaths are people over the age of 60. Governor Holcomb will give his weekly briefing this afternoon.
6:09. Let's get you caught up with the morning rush. This morning we've learned the NFL preseason has been officially sacked. We already know that around 60 NFL players have tested positive for COVID-19. Training camp started a few days ago, actually 2 days ago. The league plans to test every day for every player during the first 2 weeks. Hey, if you're going to New York, you're going to have to quarantine for a few weeks if you travel to New York. Indiana was just added to the state's travel advisory list. 30 other states are also included in that list.